I am happy to be here because I like to talk to new industries about the mom market. And I'm thrilled because for a long time I've been a spokesperson for the International Formula Council and the DHA and that. I'm also thrilled because how often you get to share the stage with Dr. Sears. I have 4 kids, 2 just graduated. I'm a proud mom of West Point. He's off to West Point, and so he turned out okay. And I credit part of that to Dr. Sears' books because every time I had a problem in my house, I would find one of his books open on the kitchen table, highlighted by my husband. So Dr. Sears raised my children. Thank you very much. I think they turned out okay. So let's talk a little bit about the mom market. You're going to see a lot of research and comments from me about research. In addition to the bio in my introduction, I've actually written 7 books on the topic of marketing to moms, including $1 Trillion Moms and Marketing to Moms. So I do research on moms all the time. And we talk to a lot of moms in my daily work. So there used to be a time when it was okay just to have moms talking about your product around the sandbox. But as we have very quickly learned, now there's this virtual sandbox. It's called Facebook, it's called Twitter, it's called Instagram, where moms are talking about your products, not around the sandbox down the street, although they still are doing that. They're also talking about your product around the sandbox. That's their wireless device. So you as a marketer have to be a little bit more integrated, innovative, and creative in the way that you talk to moms. And in reality, it's not about talking to moms anymore. It's about marketing with moms because they're your messenger and they're your brand extension. So throughout my research, often people will ask me, how do you talk to moms? How do we get our message across to them? What are the words that we put on our packaging? What are the words that we talk about when we put something on Facebook? Well, for the last 12 years, I've done research around the world, and it all comes down to 5 core values. And these 5 core values are things that motivate moms to buy products. And they're pretty consistent around the world. The first one is about saving time. She wants convenience, and she wants you to recognize that her time is valuable. She's about value, and value doesn't always mean the cheapest when it comes to moms, because moms do a lot of research on products, and they want it to work, and they want it to last. They're motivated, and their value is around the health and safety of their children. That's pretty logical. Keep my child safe and help them to be a healthier child. She values children enrichment. She wants you to help her be a better mom. And you know what? She's so busy, she doesn't have time to think of everything. So if you help her think about these things before they actually happen in her life, she actually develops a really good relationship with you. And then finally, she values simplicity and balance. Just help her bring some kind of balance to her chaotic life. Create solutions for her. So when you're marketing to a mom, fortunately for you, there's a lot of different hats that she wears. And in each one of those roles that she plays, she's a messenger for your brand or your product. So whether she's the chief medical officer of her home, or she's a chief archiver, or she's an event organizer in her community, or a sister, or someone who's taking care of an aging parent, she has the opportunity to talk about the benefits of your product. So when you talk to a mom, don't forget that she wears a lot of different hats, and although you might be having a conversation with her as a mom, she also has multiple roles in her life where she can carry on that message to fellow women and other people in her lives. So if you think about those 5 core values, they link directly to 5 motivators that motivate a mom to buy a product. And by the end of these 3 slides, if you're a man in the room, you will probably understand the woman in your life a lot better, I assure you, okay? I've had men leave, call their wives, come back and later apologize and say, I'm sorry I left in the middle of your presentation. I had to tell my wife I understand her. So first of all, A mom is motivated by nurturing relationships. She nurtures relationships emotionally and physically with people, with brands, with things that she loves. This is why if you don't call her, she gets mad, because that's the way she nurtures relationships. She likes the communication back and forth. She's motivated by sharing. She shares stories, product information, life experiences. This is why moms have adopted social media so much, because it made it easier suddenly to be able to share, hey, you know, the baby won't stop crying, or hey, does anybody know the best shampoo to buy for my child because they have lice? She believes to use technology helps her bridge that gap that she had in sharing that kind of information. Then she is motivated by doing things simpler and better, okay? Why? Because this is an outward sign of her personal success. How many men have ever heard a woman say, no, I'll do it. I got my way of doing that, okay? That's because she's built this kind of ecosystem of the way she does things, and if she gets it done faster or better, well, it makes her feel better. It makes her feel more talented or skilled in some area of her life. She's motivated by raising happy, healthy children, of course. And then finally, she's motivated by a sense of accomplishment. Why? Because that's a measure of her success. Another thing you might have heard coming home to a woman, I didn't get anything done today. I couldn't cross anything off my list. Women keep lists because doing this gives us a sense of accomplishment. And we're motivated by that. The more things that we can cross off the list, the happier we are, okay? So where do those things lead to? Well, nurturing relationships gives us connections. And that's why if you're a brand, you got to talk back to women. We're going to talk a little bit about social media in a second. It's not enough just to talk to a customer, particularly if she's a mom, and never speak to her again. Or to set up a Facebook page and say, hey, I want your feedback. And then she posts something on your wall and you never respond. Because after all, that's like being a teenager and you go out with someone and they say, I'm going to call you, had a great time, I'll call you later. And it's next Thursday by the time they call. It doesn't work like that when it comes to a mom. She wants two-way communication. And then sometimes moms share out of social obligation. A lot of times you'll hear a mom say, oh, and particularly with blogging now, moms will say, hey, you can get this week at Walmart, buy one, get one free on Coppertone water babies. Now, why does she say that? Well, she says that out of social obligation, that she doesn't want another mom to go to Target and buy the water babies, Coppertone water babies at full price. Because after all, I wouldn't be nurturing the relationship with my neighbor if I didn't help save her money along the way as well. And then I just talked about that doing it better and simpler, the ecosystems that women build on how they do things. So what you need to do as a marketer is figure out, how does my product fit into her ecosystem? Does she want to keep her children healthy, and my product actually is an easier, faster way for her to do that? Is she trying to keep her children healthier or herself healthier, and maybe I can bundle my product together with an adult portion and a child's portion to make it easier on her life? Figure out how you fit into that ecosystem, and you'll be hitting the target. She's motivated by raising happy, healthy children. She likes to archive that and be proud of that journey that she's on. And then finally, the interesting thing about accomplishment. Sometimes moms accomplish things out of something we call friendly competition. That's the mom who sends out the Christmas card on the day after Thanksgiving that has all her kids dressed alike. You love it, you love the picture, and what she's really saying to you is, look, I had my act together and I got it out, okay? She's happy she sent it, makes you feel terrible, but it's friendly competition. And when you see in mom marketing these contests on Facebook, vote for the prettiest baby, or that one's been going on forever. What they're doing is leveraging that friendly competition among moms. And moms really don't mind it because it allows them to brag about their family without really bragging. So how do you as a marketer leverage these kind of things? Well, certainly loyalty programs help a mom nurture her relationship with you. It allows you to develop a communication plan where along the journey of talking to her about your product, she's being rewarded and the conversation continues. There's also, and this is actually an initiative that has been very easy in the last couple of years with social media, a lot of companies are creating mom ambassadors. Those are moms that are huge fans of your products. And you're probably saying, well, how do I find them? And I'm going to tell you in a minute when we talk about social media. And embracing those women and having them become part of your brand evangelists. There's partnership with like-minded companies. And then when it comes to sharing, by giving them the opportunity to refer their friends to you and be rewarded in some way, and the reward doesn't always have to be a discount or monetary refunds. It could be exclusive information. It could be opportunities to appear on your blog, on your company. There's a lot of different ways to reward a mom that doesn't have to be monetary. Doing it better and simpler. Packaging, take a look at your package. Maybe it's not the most suitable. This is a product, well, two products actually, I keep in my pocket. Well, I don't always keep this one in my pocket. My Lipton iced tea, my green tea. It's an easy, fast way for me to drink green tea. And I'm famous for having one of these green packets wherever I go. The other is Pre-Mama. It's a powdered prenatal vitamin. So for a mom who's been gagging on prenatal vitamins, it's got your omega and your DHA in it. But now she doesn't have to gag on it, and it's tasteless, and she could put it in with her green tea. So think about how you're packaging the product for mom. Maybe there's a simpler, better way to do it. And it took a guy from Brown in the back there to come up with that one. Anyways, and then, of course, raising happy children. And then think about how you can give her the sense of accomplishment. Is there something that she's doing already that you could make simpler for her? And a lot of that goes back to the packaging or the way you present the material. So let me just talk quickly about the stages of influence in moms, because at every stage in her life, I always say I wrote a whole book on this, the most important thing you can know about the mom is the date of her child's birthday, because that tells you everything you need to know. Chances are it could also tell you when her second baby, when she's going to be pregnant again. It tells you the type of products she wants. It tells you the type of tasks that she's going on. It tells you the type of shopping she's doing. It tells you whether she likely is in the home working or she's out of the home. It tells you a lot. And at every stage of that child's age is a different way that you can market to her. So for instance, when she's pregnant, she is looking for brands. At no other time does a woman read more magazines and gather more information other than the day that she gets a ring on her finger and starts planning her wedding than the day that the strip turns blue and she finds out she's pregnant, okay? She is all about samples. She's all about coupons, because coupons, if she has a coupon at that stage of her life, she's likely to try a new product. She's reading a lot of print magazines, and she belongs to a lot of online prenatal clubs. In fact, we recently did information, and 10 years ago, she belonged to a formula club, and that's how she got her samples. Today, the average pregnant mom belongs to 4 different online social groups where she's talking with other pregnant women. And then she has the baby, and she's doing a lot of brand research. She's all about health and giving her family the very best. Now she's sitting in chat rooms online talking about brands to parents, other parents like her, and she's also talking with those women that she's meeting down the street in the playground. So she's kind of living in 2 different playgrounds. And then her child becomes a 2-year-old, and suddenly she becomes the expert on all of those things prenatal. And so let me just give you this one bit of advice. A lot of times companies will call me and they'll say, Maria, we really need to get to that prenatal mom. I need the pregnant moms. And I'm like, great. And I'll go back to them with a program where I bring them a whole bunch of moms that have a 1-year-old. And they're like, no, did you not listen to me? We need the prenatal moms. And I'll say to them, yeah, but the prenatal moms are listening to the moms of the 1-year-old. So if we get the 1-year-old mom to love your product, guess who she's going to tell? She's going to tell all the women at the baby shower next Saturday about your product because she's the expert at that baby shower. Everybody else is just pregnant. And then finally, when she gets to have a school-age child, now we have all these self-proclaimed experts. And these are the women out there who are talking, who are like the travel mom and the no-drama mom and all of those. I put this slide up here only to remind you that, yes, social media is important, but still moms are talking offline, and you have to remember to talk to them offline as well. So a lot of things have changed in marketing to moms in the last couple of years with the emergence of social media. We no longer market to her, we market with her. The frugalista mom who emerged in the bad economy is not going away. Moms love to save now. The influence of moms is on steroids because of social media. She can talk to everyone, everywhere, and it's very global. She's all about customizing her relationships with you. The mom today has been able to customize products since she was a teenager with Build-A-Bear and her coffee at Starbucks and her TV with TiVo. So she wants to be able to customize the relationship with you as well as customize the product into her life. So the other big thing that's happened is the emergence of the power mom. And these are moms who not only are active online, but they're also active offline. And let me give you an example. This is an example of Sarah Penix. She's a mom that lives in Boone, North Carolina. And the reason I call her a power mom is that she not only has a huge following on Twitter and on Facebook, but she's also a brownie leader. She teaches music in school. She has a class on social media that she holds in Boone, North Carolina for business owners. So if I want to talk to this mom, if I want to get the word out, I'm going to go to a woman like Sarah Penix because I know that she can deliver my message as a marketer in a lot of different venues. So you might be saying to yourself, okay, well, Maria, how do I find those power moms? Well, other than the fact that my latest book has 400 of them and it's on Amazon, I'm going to tell you. You use social media to listen. You don't use social media to talk. You go into Twitter and you start, I'll give you an example. I have a client who has well, let me talk about Pre-Mama and the prenatal vitamins. Every morning, somebody in my office will go to Twitter and they'll look for the strip turned blue, I'm pregnant, and we know that that woman needs our product. So whatever the benefit is of your product, go to Twitter every morning and see who's talking about you. See who's talking about your product. And I think I actually captured a slide. It's this slide right here. I did exactly that. I went on Twitter yesterday and I pulled all the tweets that I could find where moms were talking about omega-3. All of these conversations are the opportunity for you to either join in or to hear what women are saying about your product. This actually came to my email box yesterday, very conveniently. I blocked out the name of the company who sent it to me. This is not how you engage a power mom. You do not send her a random email that says, hey, this is my great product. Will you write about it? And, oh, by the way, there's a press release attached below. You will get totally burned in the blogosphere with moms if you do that. This is a no-no. What you need to do is you need to read blogs, Google your product name, see who's writing about it, see who's talking about it, read their blog to find out if they're a good candidate for you to reach out to them, and then get to know them by saying, hey, you know what? I noticed last week on your blog that you're a marathon runner and you might enjoy this new supplement that my company just put out. So make your emails relevant to them, and chances are they'll work with you. Because after all, they like to nurture relationships. So how do you engage with them? You can engage with them through Facebook by figuring out what's the benefit for them to be engaged with you and what you want in return. Never reach out to a power mom without some kind of plan about what you want in return. Because that's the first question they'll ask you. They'll say, I'd love to work with you, but what do you want in return? And what do I get in return? So, so you can do it through Facebook. You can do it through YouTube and videos and asking them to do videos. Do not underestimate the value of videos right now because 70% of moms are watching videos, and YouTube is the second largest search engine on the internet. You can do it by having local mixers where you find power moms in a certain community. If you're launching your product in a retail location, we do this all the time. Go into that community and pick up the parenting publication in that community, go to the back, and you're likely to find a directory of the moms of twin clubs, the moms born on Tuesday club, the moms of this club, and call those women and say, hey, you know what, I'm new to this community, or I'm launching a product in your community that I think that your moms would love. I noticed that you have meetings. We'd love to sponsor that meeting, or could we send samples to that meeting? Get to know those moms, because those moms who are running those groups at the back of the parenting publication, those are the power moms that you want to be able to talk to. I'm going to flip quickly through these because they just illustrate the fact that a lot of companies are going after bloggers as a way to have them review your product. I would tell you to go toward video. It's a much powerful venue, and a larger group of moms are watching it currently. And then I wanted to talk about a few of the new technologies. Podcasting. I love podcasts because it's a way for moms to take information with them, and they can listen to it just about anywhere. If you have a PR firm working for you and you're trying to get to the mom market, make sure that they include going to Blog Talk Radio and finding all the mom podcast shows and booking your experts on those, because they could be as powerful, if not more powerful, than booking them on traditional radio. Apps. The average mom has more than 21 apps on her iPhone. She only really uses 3. So if you're going to develop an app, make sure that it fits one of those motivators that I talked about, where you're creating a solution for her. What is she doing on her apps? She likes education and she likes games. And then Pinterest came up just a second ago. Very, very powerful new tool. Again, I would suggest to you that you listen before you go running out and creating a Pinterest board for yourself or your brand. And you might say, okay, well, let's say you're a supplement company. How does a supplement company create a Pinterest board? And I wish I had put this in my presentation, but I'm going to go back to Pre-Mama, the powdered prenatal vitamin again. Their Pinterest board, they're trying to attract that prenatal mom. So their Pinterest board actually has boards. One of the boards is maternity clothes. One of the boards is baby shower gifts. Every single board has to do with the interests of a pregnant woman. Very few of them, except for one of their boards has drink mixes, which of course you could put their product in, has anything to do with their product. But it does have everything to do with the interests of their consumer. So think about a creative way to talk to your consumer on Pinterest that's visible and attractive, so that other people want to pin it. And with that, I thank you for your attention, and I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm sorry I sped through that.